And the Communist Party stepping up the rhetoric.
实现祖国完全统一是民心所向。
China looms large as Taiwan votes for its next leader.
We don't want to be enemies. We can be friends. And we love to see China can enjoy democracy and freedom just like us.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Jerry Good Live. Thank you for tuning in and enjoy the chat in the comment section, the live chat. Just don't be naughty down there. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the live stream. It is the 3rd of January, the year 2024. Happy New Year. This is the first live broadcast I'm doing. And hey, what's happening here? It's the first live broadcast I'm doing for this year. And this is how it's going to look like. I'm going to make the studio really beautiful. I'm going to do some green screen stuff. But first of all, I want to say happy New Year. Let me just fold myself up here. I wish you all a really prosperous and awesome New Year. Now, that's nice. It's a 2019 Cabernet Sauvignon, something like that. But nice. I'm celebrating the new year, ladies and gentlemen. I'm fired up. I'm happy. I'm really in a good mood for this year. However, I've got some predictions for this new year. And I'm sure a lot of you have also some predictions. Looking at 2023, it was a mental year. So first of all, I want to ask you, before I go too far, can you see and hear me clearly? While I wait for you to tell me that, I will go to the comments real quick and I will say hello to everybody. Please go ahead, click the like button, subscribe button if you are new here. We do live broadcasts like this in the studio, and also I do live streams in the streets. So yeah, that's who I am. So let's quickly see. David Nemo, Nemo, I think that's how you say it, says, how's it, Boot? Watching my favorite YouTuber. That's really cool of you, bro. Cheers on that one. Happy New Year to you. Tube4MJ, Happy New Year, Jerry. Yeah, Happy New Year, brother. We are in the 3rd day of the new year, and it's already craziness happening around the world. As you saw the intro, we're going to talk about that. Yeah, okay, great. People says they hear me perfect. So I guess everything is up and running smoothly. Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, tonight's broadcast is an important one. Tonight, because I'm in China. I don't know what's the time wherever you guys are watching from. But yeah, it's nighttime here. I'm in my studio enjoying my red wine. Gonna have a chat with you on this broadcast. Happy New Year. We can see you fine from Arizona, USA. Hey, brother. Yeah, we're gonna talk about America too. Now tonight I don't have my earphones in because I actually forgot it at home, so I don't know how I sound, but I hope everything sounds okay. And as you can see, I've got my piano here. I've got a guitar right next to me. I'm actually producing some music as well. This year I'm gonna do everything, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure you saw my video where the one that I uploaded about the movie that I'm in. Well, maybe I'll be going into acting as well. So I'm producing music, I'm doing acting, I'm doing YouTubing, live street streams, in studio broadcasts, where we're going to talk about all sorts of stuff happening inside China and around the world. And that's basically what my channel is all about. So super chats are open. I don't know if it's working. David Nemo says movie star. Yeah, dude. I don't know. I think I pulled it off. So by the way, I'm playing in a movie where I'm an evil scientist. you know, trying to hurt the world, because I'm really I'm really sad of my current life. Not in real life, obviously. It's a movie, for God's sakes. But in anyway, yeah, evil scientist. I see people are jumping into the stream. Great to see you all. Talk in the live chat. As I said, super chats are open. So by the way, a lot of people want to support me. They become channel members. I think there's a blue button you can join or whatever. Just click that goddamn thing and become a channel member. Also, you can buy me a coffee. You can become a Patreon. All sorts of stuff. Direct WeChat donations. Also PayPal. With all that stuff out of the way, we can start the discussion for tonight. But I have to do it because I'm rolling independently and you guys keep me alive. So if you really like me, if you really like my work, if you really like this channel, I would be really happy if you support me on all of those, I don't know, platforms or whatever. Tube MJ says it's 11:41 p.m. in Australia, Wednesday. Wow. All right. Dude, thank you for being up this late. It's nighttime, I'm sure. Yeah, PM, yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, I have predictions. Brutal, horrible, as some say, or shocking. I don't know what they want to call it, but I have predictions for 2024. You know, it's very easy to understand these predictions. I just want to throw this in there. You know, if you understand what the global elites and the Western leaders wants to do, it's very simple to form a plan, a kind of an attack plan on us and onto the world. And you know, it's easy to figure this stuff out. And that is why it's called predictions, right? I have predictions. But, yeah, I tweeted it out. So, by the way, go follow me on Twitter, at Mr. Jerry Good. And I think it's got 30,000 views now already, or impressions, whatever you want to call that stuff. But there's over 100 comments, and I've got a lot of people in there that's really upset with my predictions. Obviously, the people that's not happy are those ones that hate China, that hates, you know, anything I do. It's haters of me, right? So you can go check out my Twitter, the comment section. But tonight, I'm going to show you my predictions. We're going to talk about it again. It is the third day of 2024, and holy moly. And so, by the way, this year I'm not going to swear on my live broadcasts because it's a family show. Holy moly, ladies and gentlemen. It's already absolute chaos around the world. And so some of my predictions actually already became true, or already, you know, it's already happening, but I want you to decide. So let's quickly look at my predictions, and then I know a lot of you won't agree with me. Again, it's easy to read these people's plans. You know, if you understand how CNN, Fox News, and American propaganda works, or Western propaganda for that matter, it's easy to form the plan. The plan. You know, they tell this to us on live TV. If you go read documents they publish on their official websites, it's very simple to connect the dots and figure and get to a point to get that aha moment of what the hell is actually going on. But yeah, a lot of people think I'm a conspiracy theorist. I do understand that, but let's see what's happening. So here are my predictions. Thank you for everybody that's joining. Click the subscribe button and like button, very important. Yeah, David, you are right. Hit the like button. And Tube4MJ says, I saw your predictions on X. Yeah. Okay, for the people that haven't seen it, I'm going to bring it up. So by the way, for people that watch this as a video later, you know, subscribe, leave your comment, tell me what you think. So here are my predictions, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go through them. First of all, we're going to take a sip because it's the new year. We need to celebrate. Michael Dagger, legend. You are the legend, bro, for the undying support to this channel and me. I really appreciate that. Here we go. So, ladies and gentlemen, I said predictions for 2024. Number one, right at top, right on the top, it says, I wrote, the DPP will steal the elections in Taiwan. Now, that also made a big hoo-ha on the internet, on X. Obviously, the anti-China crowd attacked me for this, but I want you to understand that the DPP, that is the governing party in the province of Taiwan at this moment, they are well known for stealing elections or for rigging elections. Now, again, a lot of people say I'm a conspiracy theorist. They want to connect this to Trump, the election big lie type of thing. I still believe Biden didn't get 70 or 71 million votes. I still don't believe it. But anyway, that's besides the point. The DPP is notoriously known for stealing elections or manipulating elections. And so they are doing it again. You see them going around Taiwan, trying to manipulate and brainwash the young people of Taiwan by telling them lies. For example, they will tell them, if we, the DPP, gets in power, if you vote us into office, into power, we will make sure that we don't go to war with China. But back at the ranch, you see the US supplying weapons secretly into Taiwan. Secretly, you get this heavy military weapons that goes into the island. They buy it basically, they buy it on credit. So the US just sent these military weapons and they will pay for it later. But for what reason? Now they say it's to defend themselves. But my God, man, I mean, there's been stability between the two, let's say, the island and the mainland. Let's just stick to facts here tonight. There's been stability and peace between these two areas. And for some other reason, the US just pushed the weapons into Taiwan. For what reason? Now, we all know that Lai Ching-te, that is the guy running for president of the DPP, he's pushing for Taiwan independence. He's an extremist. He really wants to push this whole thing into a war. Now, look at his vice president, Xiao Mei-kun, or however you want to say this woman's name. She's been part of the US government, essentially. She's got all the inside info. She is the inside info for them. You see, the US need Taiwan to have a military base, basically, to have their missiles pointed at China. And the US have a craving of starting war with China. That's an indisputable fact. And they want to do it as early as 2025 or something. China, on the other side, don't want war. All they want is a peaceful reunification by the two sides, right? But we're not going to go deep into the DPP elections or the Taiwan 2024 January 13th elections because, I'll do that on another broadcast closer to the elections. But that is basically what I'm predicting here. The DPP will steal the elections. Hello, Vicky. Good to see you. She's a channel member. You can see right next to her name, she's got a little logo. That means she's a channel member. Then the second one was Trump will be elected president of the United States. And that is a fact. You see what they are trying to do. They try to kick Trump off the ballot. You don't have to like the guy. Listen to me. You don't have to like the guy. But they try to kick him off the election, off the ballots. This Russia hoax that's been going on for so long, which is paid for by Hillary Clinton's campaign, the dirty dossier, it was paid by the Hillary Clinton campaign. Trump is not perfect. He did a lot of stuff wrong, but you need to understand he really was for and want to be for America, and there's nothing wrong with that. trying to get your country to be number one. Doesn't matter what he said about China or what he said about this, that, or the other. Trump is a real American leader, meaning he's out of the political sphere. He's a businessman that basically broke the whole lying system that was going on for so long, which is being exposed left, right, and center right now. Also, he was the one that brought back the fake news, saying, if you want, or he, you're saying, let's call it a saying, but it's true. CNN is the biggest liars. They manipulate. It's part of the US's government. It's literally a part of the US government to give information. The CIA has been caught out. I posted this stuff on my Twitter, on my X, whatever you want to call that platform. They've been caught out so many times of the CIA paying for these news outlets to push propaganda and to make it okay to start wars and that kind of stuff, Trump is against that. Now, if you like him or not, I don't even care. But the fact is the American people, majority of American people are for common sense. They don't want this indoctrination in schools. They don't want the southern border to be open. They don't want all this drugs in Philadelphia or essentially all over the US. They don't want this stuff. They don't want the inflation. They don't want everything go down the tubes. And that made me, I want you to understand one thing very clear tonight. I do not hate America. I do not hate Americans. I hate what America has become. It's been for years and years and decades where they've been controlled by elites and world bankers. I get it. But it was still okay-ish a couple of years ago before Bush Jr. But what America has become now is an absolute disaster. And the dangerous thing is the American empire is literally now on its final breath. The dollar is on its final breath. Anyway, we'll get to that. So that's what I mean. Trump will win the elections. China will find a cure for cancer. So by the way, China already has some medical, I don't want to say the stuff on YouTube because they are very sensitive to it. But China already figured some stuff out. But I do believe that China will break through with something special to basically break down the big pharma in the West that makes money off of your illness. They make you sick, they provide you medicine that prolong your sickness, and they make money. It's the same as the MIC, prolong the war. You know what they mean? You know what I mean? They do the same in big pharma. So I believe China is going to be the country that's going to come up with a real solution or a real alternative for living longer or surviving cancer. That is my third prediction. Number 4, Zelensky will be eliminated by the Biden admin, and they will blame it on Russia, but Russia will officially win the war in 2024. Officially meaning the war will end. They will declare that they win. The war will literally end by Russia liberating eastern Ukraine, saving all that Russian people, and they basically will accomplish their special military operation, which was draining all the military equipment from the West, demilitarize the West. I think that's the word, I'm not sure. But I heard news that England already doesn't have any, they don't have weapons to give to Zelensky anymore. So in my opinion, they already won, but I predict that will happen. But Zelensky will be eliminated. Now, this is also a big hoo-ha on X, where people think I'm absolute mad, and they're angry, and they want to go wild, and they attack me in the comment section. But ladies and gentlemen, he used billions so far in this war. He's been on trips. These green screen propaganda pieces they put out there, he's been the selected superstar of this war, this proxy war against Russia. Russia literally destroyed the whole of NATO with their special military operation. And Zelensky will be the one that's going to be, he's going to be taking the, or they're going to blame him for this. Now, the only way out of this to to take the war further or to make a bigger shock impact on the people, because you can see the people are winding down from the Ukraine war. Everybody focuses on the Israel-Palestine thing, is by eliminating him. And the Biden administration is going to do that. It's a prediction. I know it sounds crazy, but I see this coming. So, by the way, I also think they're going to most probably eliminate Biden. Most probably Trump too. This is what these people do. Okay, this is what these people do. They are evil lizard people running the American empire. But anyway, thank you for everybody that's joining. Jan, welcome. Yes, I caught you live. Brilliant. Now I can find it. Yeah, brilliant. Good to see you live, or to see you in the live chat. Thank you, Vicky, for your amazing support down there with all the links. But anyway, so yeah, they will take Zelensky out. Then 5, Hunter Biden will go to jail. I believe Hunter Biden will go to jail for his tax returns, not for all the dirty stuff that he really did. The Burisma corruption. He was on the board of Burisma. His father fired the prosecutor that was investigating the whole corruption scam that was going on, including him. And the big guy, which is Biden, that got his 10%. I think they're gonna bury this heavy, actually shocking bombshell news or truth. But he will go to jail for a while for his tax returns, just to keep things under control. But Hunter Biden will go to jail, and he did a way lot more. I'm sure you guys know. Underage woman, he slept with his dead brother's wife. He's an absolute mess, but he will go to jail. So, by the way, let me know in the comments section what you think of my predictions so far. Number 6, Israel will be defeated, and there will be a full-scale regional war in the Middle East. I do believe all the other countries that you hear about will join the war. Everybody's going to be tired of the US interference and the Zionist craziness, and the Arab countries will interfere. They will interfere. They will, sooner or later, they're going to say enough is enough. And it's my prediction. But Israel will be defeated. Hamas is not a terrorist organization. I do believe that Hamas is the resistance. It is really, if somebody kicks you out of your own home and come murder your people, you will also stand up and do dirty things back to them, in my opinion. But they are the resistance. It's the army of the Palestinians, because they don't have a military. They don't have an airport. They don't have a port. They are literally locked up in this cage. But I do think Israel will be defeated, because what's happening there is horrible. And even now I see my country, South Africa, is taking them to court, the International Court for Genocide, which is a good thing. So I'm waiting for that. Not that I believe my country is going to do much, but they do take them to court. They are the first country to acknowledge it, so it's great. BRICS will destroy the US dollar. We will trade in a new currency. Now that made people absolute bonkers. But I do believe you see a lot of new countries that joined BRICS on the first day of 2024. BRICS is growing wild. China is exporting cars, EV cars, to the world. It's the biggest exporter right now, and also the car businesses are booming in here in China. Just trust me what I'm telling you guys. BRICS is going to destroy the dollar in 2024. What I mean with that is they will really have a true battle, or a true opponent. So yeah. that is the truth, ladies and gentlemen. I recommend you to look into the US dollar. Africa will ditch all Western powers and join China. Julian Assange will not get extradited to the US. I do believe something is going to happen, and the people will make it happen. And Julian Assange will stay in the UK, and I'm not going to say he will be free, but it's not going to be extradited. Maybe he will get a pardon if Trump gets in office this time. Maybe. Think about that. Mainstream media will be destroyed by independent journalists on social media. And that is a fact. We see the decline of Western mainstream media, mockingbird media, that's what they are. And we see the rise of independent journalists trying to tell their audiences a little bit of truth, or not a little bit, try to communicate and keep a common sense conversation of happenings around the world, and not this propaganda being pushed down the throats of people. But believe it or not, there's still a lot of people that believe in Western mainstream media, but they will be defeated completely. We will see more and more independent journalists rising to the top, having great messages, the truth, and change the public opinion from evil to good. Where are we now? Okay, and X will become profitable and the main video platform in the world. Yes, I do believe that after Elon Musk's go yourself comment to Disney, I believe we the people around the world will basically, they will, once you try to tell people to not follow their own mindset, but follow what they think you should follow, the people turn against that. And that is what's happening. The US will fake another human moon landing. I heard that the US want to go to the moon again, and they want to land humans on the moon. Now, the 1969 moon landing, a lot of you say I'm a conspiracy theorist. I don't care. It was faked. It's 100% fake. They never landed on the moon. Why are they asking China for a moon rock to investigate just before they go to the moon again with humans? So they will fake it once again to get the US tax dollars in their pocket and act like they achieved something, because all they achieve is wars, creating chaos at this moment. Happy New Year. One of the Obamas will be in jail for the death of their personal chef. If you don't know what I'm talking about, their personal chef died on a paddleboard for some other reason, drowning. But this guy never had a problem of actually swimming. And also the water was way too shallow, in my opinion, to drown. And then we saw the Obama's daughters rocketing off to New York and all sorts of places while this whole hoo-ha is going on. I don't know. I just don't trust Obama and his wife. And I say that very, very sarcastically. His wife, Big Mike. I do believe Obama is gay, but anyway, I believe one of the Obamas will go to jail. Oh, the chef. Yeah, interesting. Okay, thank you for all the comments. I see there's comments. Hey, good to see you again, Jerry. Thanks, Alex. 86 Lawai says, why make predictions? You know something? Yeah, bro, I read their battle plans. It's easy. The US will have a civil war. I do believe if they kick Trump finally off the ballot and the Democrats win again, miraculously win again, there will be an uprising. And I feel with the decline of the US empire that, seriously, I feel it's very close. It's very, very, very close. Even if Trump wins, you will see an uprising by the Black Lives Matter groups and all these groups in the US. It will trigger all sorts of pockets of groups to start, doing damage to the country, and other groups, opposite groups, will get angry and they will start fight, and all of a sudden, or it will go further into a civil war. That's really a prediction. I don't wish this on America, but it's very, very close. And then I said, a monster solar storm will hit Earth. You can make of it whatever you want, but I think something like that will happen. I mean, what more cannot be more? Something more crazy needs to happen. Really needs to happen. And then my last one, I said, we will see massive. Now, this has got nothing to do with the monster solar storm hitting the Earth. Understand what I'm saying here. It's another prediction. And this is an important one. And I will show you what I mean. We will see many massive, unnatural disasters all over the world, but not in China and Russia. Why do I say not in China and Russia? Because China and Russia actually protects their people. You see in the West, they have stuff like HARP. Now, a lot of people think I'm crazy, but think about it. Manipulating weather. They need to create disasters to fund these, aid campaigns and, creating disasters to distract people from their battle plans and that kind of stuff. And they hate us all. They hate humans. These global elite people that's running actually the US and Europe. They hate us. They want depopulation. So you will see craziness around the world. And this one, ladies and gentlemen, which is number 16, is already happening. We are in the 3rd day of the year. And what did we see in California just the other day? We saw major waves. They can't explain this, tsunami-like waves crushing all over California all of a sudden. I know this is still small, but remember, their battle plan is start small and scale it up into massive disasters. So this we saw already. And then, of course, ladies and gentlemen, I believe, what the hop is going on in California, so by the way, what the hell? Then, ladies and gentlemen, in Taiwan, Japan, something strange is happening because we saw the earthquake that happened a couple of days ago, massive earthquake, and some people call them unlucky, but this for me is not quite unlucky, Something strange is happening there, but we saw heavy earthquakes. Let me just fill up this guy because it's New Year. We need to celebrate a little bit. Massive earthquakes. And then all of a sudden, ladies and gentlemen, just after the earthquake, we had this very strange story. In my opinion, it's a very strange story of the Japanese airliner that crashed into the National Guard, or this Guard airplane that was sending aid to the earthquake survivors, which is strange. You never see this collisions on in Japan, or actually you do get accidents, but I mean it's strange, just one after another. And this airplane was landing, and it struck the back end of the Coast Guard plane, and this Coast Guard was supposed to take aid to the earthquake survivors. I don't know, man. This is strange. What is happening? And then I did a little bit, investigation to see who are the funders of the. Who actually funds the aid, if there's disasters in Japan. And I saw there's a lot of big corporate companies, including the tobacco company in Japan, that are funding these aid. But I have some questions, and actually I posted this on X. And there's a lot of people that's not happy about this too. But I said, there's unanswered questions, and I want you to listen to this questions. Maybe you will, tell me about your opinion about this. But I say we need to ask the questions of what happened to the Coast Guard plane. Now, there are footage of the Coast Guard plane that is completely destroyed. 5 people were killed in this accident. The next day they had a snapshot of this Coast Guard plane, but it's absolutely destroyed. It's ran over by this Airbus jetliner. But still, the question is, we need clear answers. What happened to the Coast Guard plane? Number 2, who was the what was the final conversation? I'm reading off my X here, or Twitter, whatever you want to call this. I'm calling it Twitter. What was the final conversation between ATC, that is the air traffic controllers, and the pilots on both planes? Just released the CVR record. CVR is records that's been going on in the cockpit and also inside the plane during the accident. For some other reason, they don't report on this. They don't say anything about this. So it makes me just wonder why. Because normally they release the black box just after an accident. If they can find the black box and the CVR instantly. That's the first thing they release to the public. And then they start the investigation. Who funded the aid that the Coast Guard plane was supposed to fly to the earthquake area? So far, I know the following major corporations funded the aid. Daiwa Securities, Japan Tobacco, and Shinkin Central Bank, ladies and gentlemen. That is the ones I could, when I did some digging, that I could find. But maybe you know a little bit more who is funding it. But it's a question to ask and look into. And then the final question, which is bothering me so much, is why is the NTSB crew only made up of an American team? The NTSB is an American organization that do investigations on plane, aircrafts that crashed or accidents. But they normally make up a crew of all around the world to get a fair and real verdict or result on these investigations. But what I saw is the NTSB on this plane crash is only made up out of Americans, which is very, very strange. Also, Airbus's crew, I think, is also just Americans. It's a European company, but they send Americans. So that is very, very odd for me. And it's questions that we need to ask. But yeah, that was happening, ladies and gentlemen. So in my opinion, number 16 of my freaking report or my predictions are already starting to become true. And it's scary because maybe my brutal and shocking and crazy and conspiracy theory like predictions are actually, maybe some of them will become true. I believe all of them will, but yeah, here we go. It is fishy, right? Let's go to comment section. It's like the run accent. Cal M Panam. Yeah, okay. Never occurred again. Very strange indeed. Yeah. Oh, the Cal M accident. I know what you're talking about. Twitter.com. Vicky, you're such a legend. Let's see. Yeah, Vicky says fishy. Yeah, I agree. It's fishy. Everyone just watch a few aircraft. Yes, bro. Listen, Alex Decay, I think that's your name. You are right on the money. Just watch some air crash investigation documentaries, and you will understand exactly. There's so many air crash. I think the documentary's name or the series name is air crash investigations. But yeah, you'll see what I mean. You are 100% right on, brother. You are right on. But so, ladies and gentlemen, we already see a lot of chaos around the world. We're in the third day of the year, and things are absolute mad out there. So that is my predictions. I know it sounds crazy. Most of you guys might think I'm a conspiracy theorist, or I push this a little bit, to the max. But again, if you do a little bit digging on these people in America, the leaders and the history and the propaganda that's being pushed into the Americans' throats, actually the whole West, it's very easy to see their battle plan, the evil plan to destroy the world, to create chaos, to start wars, to push us into poverty. They want all of us to have nothing. Like Klaus Schwab says, you will own nothing and be happy. That's absolute. I'm against that nonsense. You know what I mean? So yeah, call me a right-wing conspiracy theorist. That's fine. I'm just a guy that's got logic. I agree with some stuff on the left in America, some stuff on the right. But if it gets to China and Russia, I can tell you guys, I feel it's the only sane countries out there that really cares about values, that really cares about their people, and that really spends their money properly, in their countries, developing their countries. Now, a lot of people will use that small sound bite, the trolls, and they will say, yeah, but look, Russia is doing or is fighting wars with their money. Whatever, you idiots. If you look at China, I'm not going to get angry, and I'm not going to swear, but China is building infrastructure. China is building businesses. China is making their people's lives better with the money that they earn from their people. They put it back into the country so the public can see how they better the countries, or the country. Actually countries, because they start to help Africa now. They start to help the friendly countries. Man, it's absolute crazy. Greetings, Jerry. Hope 2024 is a banger for the West. Yeah, bro, it's gonna be a cracker. It's gonna be a cracker, I promise you. So, by the way, that is my predictions, and I know a lot of people will think I'm mad, but I'm gonna stick to my predictions. I will keep it safe. The stream is out there. We can come back by the end of the year of 2024 to see if I got something right or wrong. Now, if I do get some of these right, like I already got number 16 right, let me just put it on the screen for you once again. We see a lot of chaos around the world, disasters happening. Look into HARP, do your own research. HAARP. And you will understand, my friends. Also, the water in the US is dirty, it's filthy. I'll post some videos on Twitter that you can, or X, that you can see for yourself. But, and finally I said, thank God, and this is maybe the sentence that